Hello guys, today I come with you a video I think I would never make, and it's like why Reinhardt is absolutely horrible to play in season 9 patch. Let's go over some things that I was like thinking before the season 9, right? Like before season 9 I was like thinking Reinhardt's gonna be great, like the patch looked very promising, right? Like Reinhardt has more HP, more spin damage, more swing damage. I was like, it's gonna be great, you know, like it's gonna be, you can get in, you can get stuff done, it's gonna be more high skill, you know, you're not gonna get one-shotted. Oh boy, I was wrong. The experience for Reinhardt in season 9, at least high SR around the GM where I've been playing for like, I have played over 100 games at this point of the season. So I've been grinding and it's like 3 days in the season and 100 games, right? So that's quite a lot of games, right? It's been quite a fun season, to be honest. You know, I've enjoyed it. I think overall the season 9 is an absolute best thing they've ever done to the game. Like, the rank system is great, you know. Yeah, you can argue about not maybe 5 stacks shouldn't queue into a solo 5 times in a row, right? Like that's not really fun, right? Like I personally don't really enjoy that part about the game. But overall, I think season 9 is the greatest patch they ever done in the history of Overwatch 1 or Overwatch 2 anyway. But the Reinhardt experience is completely miserable. So imagine a scenario, guys. You're trying to walk forward in a Reinhardt and you're getting shot by a Tracer, right? You don't think that's a big deal, or you're gonna get healed up, right? But in this patch, you cannot get healed up. You're getting minus 20% healing debuff all the time. Debuff, 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 right? And then you try to engage, right? And then imagine there's a Zenyatta, guys. You're getting Discord Orb plus 30% more damage, minus 20% more healing. And like, what do you do on Reinhardt? You just get absolutely obliterated, right? Like Zenyatta plus Tracer plus Soldier, you're getting constantly debuffed. Then you're getting Discord Orb. You cannot engage on the backline. You will die. And it's just an absolute miserable experience to be Reinhardt. Like at this point in the game, like you just cannot do anything on Reinhardt. Like you would really think it would be fine. You can tank stuff, you can do stuff, you can like, you guys are probably like just engage on the Zenyatta, right? But there's a small problem of engaging on Zenyatta, right? He has 275 HP, another support healing him, he can poop you. Like Reinhardt is absolutely miserable to play. And right, previous patch, like you could deal with this, right? Like there was like certain playstyles you could do, right? Like you could pressure the objective, you know, hold a lot of angles, you know, you could do the, what I like to call the rat Rein, right? Like that was a good strategy, right? And like you have to kind of cheese on Reinhardt to win on some maps. But right now you cannot even play rat Rein, guys, because this is gonna be a Tracer who's gonna debuff you, and then there's gonna be a Zenyatta who's gonna Discord Orb. You cannot beat a Tracer 1v1. Tracer's an insane character. So Reinhardt is in this absolute disarray of state that like you only have one option, int on the Zenyatta, guys. But you also gotta remember that like you have random teammates every game. Like what if you don't have a Lucio player? What if you have a Zenyatta Mercy player? You know, like what if you have this scenario? Like what if your DPS don't debuff? You know, enemy DPS debuff, your DPS are not debuffing. Like, so it's absolutely miserable. Just absolutely miserable experience to be a Reinhardt. Because like the only way you can beat Zenyatta this patch is to int on the Zen. But if the Zenyatta is smart, you cannot int on the Zen. So you're stuck in a miserable cycle of suffering. And then let's amp up the suffering a little bit here. Let's say enemy is playing Zenyatta, Baptiste, Orisa, Bastion, Tracer. You're getting perma Discord Orb, you can't engage, Orisa, you can't move against Orisa, Discord Orb is on you, Bastion is on you, Tracer's debuffing you. There's nothing you can do. Like absolutely miserable experience. At least last patch you could rat Rein, but now you can't even rat Rein well. So you're stuck in like absolute hell nightmare mode that you can't escape. There's nothing you can do. Most people when we like swap your hero, but we're Reinhardt players. We don't swap our hero. That's not how it works. That argument makes no sense. Why would you ever swap Reinhardt? It's just like so many things in this game. Fuck Reinhardt. Like over time they've buffed so many heroes, made so many heroes cancer. And what has Reinhardt gotten? He's gotten 2 fire strikes and a pin cancel. And this patch they didn't even buff the fire strike. Like what? Like I think they just forgot that Reinhardt has a fire strike. They're like, it's fine. Just do your fire strike does the same damage as the swing, by the way. Very cool, guys. Very cool. So yeah, you're stuck in this cycle, or enemy could just play Lucio, Zenyatta, Tracer, Soldier, Wrecking Ball, right? Like what are you gonna do against Lucio, Zenyatta, Tracer, Soldier, and Wrecking Ball, guys? They're just gonna run around. You have nothing to hit. They have speed boost. You're perma debuffed. You can't do nothing. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare to be a Reinhardt. In my opinion, the crazy part is I don't think Rein needs a buff. I feel like Reinhardt is a strong hero, but they just have to nerf Zenyatta. Like season 9, and Blizzard has to nerf Zenyatta like immediately. As soon as Zenyatta is nerfed, the life is good. But like there's also another thing, like I think Discord Orb is the biggest problem in this game, especially if you're a tank player. Like, think about Discord Orb, right? Like, I understand. I've complained about Discord for approximately like 7 years now. I think Discord Orb is a cancer mechanic. It fucks up the tank. Like, it's a non-fun mechanic. Like, when you're Discord Orb, you have to go back or you die. Like, it's just not fun to play against. There's nothing fun about getting Discord Orb. Like, it's absolute pain and suffering. Like, how do you counterplay Discord Orb? I mean, now you guys probably can say, just line of sight and bait the Discord Orb cooldown. But at the time you're done getting discorded, enemies like across the map, you're half HP, you're debuffed by a trait, so you can't do shit. Doesn't matter if you Discord Orb at that point. But I also understand the argument why Discord Orb had to be in the game, because some people need Discord Orb to shoot the tank, right? But right now, DPS give you minus 20% healing. Like, you don't need Discord Orb in the game anymore, right? So in my opinion, like, imagine being a tank, guys. If you don't play Ryan, just try to get in our shoes for a second. Like, you're playing Reinhardt, you have 20% less healing, you take 30% more damage. Like, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna die, can't move, can't do shit. The game is GG. Discord Orb is a horrible mechanic that is not fun to play against. So I think at this point, I think the game would honestly be in a perfect state if Blizzard just nerfs Zen. I have a couple. I mean, honestly, I think Zen should get complete reworked. Like, it's ridiculous that he has a poop 275 HP and an orb that makes tank go boom boom and a good ult. Like, the character is absolutely insane. They should nerf it like immediately. But then you also think about it, right? Like, we don't need Discord Orb anymore. I think Zenyatta has to rework. But I also have a suggestion. I think if they make like Discord Orb do less damage to tanks, let's say like 10% more damage, or 15, or even 5. I feel like it would be a fair nerf at this point, because like the debuff doesn't come from Discord Orb now. Every DPS has a Discord Orb. A soft Discord Orb that has no cooldown. Like, you're perma Discord Orbed by DPS. And it's so, like, you guys probably gonna keep telling me just bait the Discord Orb. It's not that simple, guys, because you're gonna be shot by 5 people. If Zenyatta has 2 IQ, you can't do it in high SR. Maybe low SR, but in my SR, it's completely impossible. I'm sure it's not fun low SR either. So right now, like, I truly believe Reinhardt is a good character, but Zenyatta is way too strong. Tracer is way too strong. Soldier is way too strong. Orisa is absolute cancer. Like, the worst part about Reinhardt versus Orisa, guys, is that, like, Orisa takes no skill versus Rein. Like, you can be the best Reinhardt player in the world, and enemy can be a plat Orisa, and they'll still cock you. Like, they just walk on Rein and spam every single cooldown. It's not very fun, guys. So, in order to fix Reinhardt, they just need to nerf Zenyatta, nerf Orisa, and we're in a golden state of Overwatch. Remember, guys, I really like this patch. I think the patch is great, but Reinhardt is just so miserable to play. So miserable. I've never felt more miserable playing Reinhardt, and I have one-tricked Reinhardt for like 4 years at this point. I only play Reinhardt. I have played every single meta in the past 4 years, and I have never said this Reinhardt feels horrible. But let's hope for the best, guys. I will keep trying, you know, like I said, guys. We're gonna make it work, or we're gonna go down with the ship. I hope you guys keep Ryan proing on. Never give up, guys. There will be better days. We have to stay strong. I appreciate you all, guys, listening to my small rant. It's gonna be gay. Make sure you guys show up on stream. Subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. That's gonna be a Ryan guide. How to suffer less. Bye. Gay.